Good morning, everyone. Welcome to all. I am Dr. Salma Maner from Department of English, Vivekanand College, Kolhapur, Autonomous. Today, we are going to discuss module number second, e-communication. So, we start with communication. What is the meaning of communication? Communication is the two-way process in which senders send his idea or message through a channel and receivers take the message. He decoded message and gives feedback to the senders. So in the communication, senders, medium and receivers are important. E-communication is one of the type of communication in which medium or channel is used like internet, telephone or mobile. All these devices are electronic. So this communication is known as e-communication, in which senders and receiver are the same, but medium or channel is changed, and this medium is in the form of electronics. So it is called as e-communication. CMC means computer mediated communication. Communication done through computer is known as CMC. So today we'll discuss further the e-communication. What are the uses of e-communication? E-communication is used to transfer information, ideas, or images from senders to the receiver. The medium or channel in e-communication is voicemail or electronic mail or teleconferencing or video CDs or private television networks. The advantage of e-communication is it is speedy transfer of message. It covers wide range. It managing global access. It exchange of feedback. And most important advantage of e-communication is it is reasonable cost. There are different ways of e-communication. Email or electronic mail is the one of the well-known way of e-communication. Email means electronic mail. A mail delivered through electronic means is known as email. Through the email we can exchange textual, non-textual messages, scanned documents or files. The advantage of email are it is fastest, it is low in cost, it is easy to access and store, it saves our time and work, it advertise our product or our plans, and most important advantage of email is it is eco-friendly communication. The drawback of e-communication is it requires enough internet range. If internet range is not enough to communicate, then all things gone to ruin. How we can create our account on email? We can create email account through the Google. There are three-part format in creating email address. In the first part of email ID is name of user. Second part is @account name, means host of email account. And third part of email ID is the domain. For example, my email ID is manersalma1989@gmail.com. So manersalma1989 is the name of user. @gmail is the @account name or host email account, and .com is the domain. Com is commerce. There are different domains like com, org, gov, en, like that. And different types of host of email account: hotmail, reddit.com, gmail.com, yahoo. That type of host of email accounts also available. Okay, then goes to the format or structure of email. First is from. From indicates sender's address. Who sends the address? Suppose that I am sending email to you, so I am is the sender. Then to means receiver's address. I am sending email to you means your email address come in the to. And what is the meaning of CC and BCC? It is the sub caption under the to. CC means carbon copy or courtesy copy. We can send same message to many peoples. This is carbon copy. And what is the meaning of BCC? BCC means blind carbon copy or blind courtesy copy. The same work is there, same email to many people, but many people don't see the other's address, means BCC. Okay, then comes to the subject, and fourth is compose mail. There are four format structure of email. An email address contains three-part format. Go forward to the subject line. Subject line of email gives hint of message. What we going to write in the message is indicated by the subject. Subject must be meaningful. It is short and specific. Don't use all the capital letters in the subject line. Okay, then how to compose our email? There are two types of email: formal email and informal emails. Formal emails is related to company, organization or institute. Informal email concerns with friends, relatives, your buddies. Okay, so how we can write email? When you start, begin with salutation. If you are going to write formal email, you have to use salutations like respected sir or ma'am, dear sir or ma'am, hello sir, hello ma'am. If you are going to write email to your boss, then you have to write respected sir or ma'am. If you are writing email to your colleague or your team member, that time you have to write dear Mr. or Mrs. If you are going to write email to your client, your customers, your policy members, that time you have to say hello sir. Okay. If you are writing informal emails, then use salutation like he dear, hello. Okay. If you are writing email to your friend, write he. If you are writing email to your relatives, say hello. If you are writing email to your buddy or your dear one, then write dear. Then you have to compose whole your matter, whole your message, and then comes towards the ending of the email. How you can end formal email? When you are going to ending of formal email, you have to write yours faithfully or yours sincerely, yours truly, and after that you have to write your name, designation, and address. This is the ending of formal email. If are you going to end of informal email, that time you have to write warm regards, cheers, or see you again, or bye bye, or yours only, and write your name at the ending of the informal email. Informal emails subject is personal. For example, invitation for the ceremonies like birthday party or organizing trips, family occasion, accepting or refusing invitation, thanking to the your success, greeting or apologies. That type of subjects it concerns with informal email to your friend, relatives or colleagues. The language used in the informal email is very emotional or abstract words are used. In the informal email, you can use abbreviations like BD for birthday, CU for the CU, ASAP means as soon as possible, WBW means with best wishes. Before like that, you can use abbreviations in the informal email. In the informal email, grammar rules and regulation are not strictly followed. You can use your own language in the informal emails. Then comes towards the formal email. Formal emails are concerns with business correspondence like college, bank, administrative offices, bookshops, hotel booking, corporations. The language used in the formal email, there you should be accurate in the grammar, correctness of words, word spelling, use only standard English terms, don't use abbreviations like BD, CU, before. You have to write in the standard English format. Follow all the formalities like salutation, closings, and the subjects of formal emails like requesting for bona fide certificate, reservation of hotel room, tickets of bus or railway. There are different types of email. First type of email is newsletters email. Means newsletter emails means consist schedule and upcoming events or offer. You can take example of Amazon. Amazon gives you schedule or upcoming events or offer to you if you are a member or subscriber of their company. After period, they are consistently follow you through the email. The third type of email is transactional email. This email is used in the e-commerce, in the net banking. When you transit your money from one person to another, this transition concerns with your email through the transitional email, and this is useful to maintain a record or save the receipt or confirmation. Then comes towards the email discussion group. This is the one type of email. It is also known as email discussion forum, internet groups, mailing lists, or listserv. How it is worked? Email discussion group is working as same as WhatsApp or Facebook. You create your account on the Google Groups, then you can select your group from the listing email ID, then join it, and you are able to create online environment for the providing, sharing, exchanging, commenting, discussing on certain topic from anywhere in the world. This is the online communication from one person to another one who are present anywhere in the world. This email discussion group is used to sharing and commenting on the certain topics. Then comes to us the next another type of email is ePal. Everyone know about the pen friend. Pen friend concept is that you write a letter to a unknown friend who you know do not know. You write a letter to a unknown friend means pen friendship, and this pen friendship in the form of e-communication through the email, and that email is known as email pals. It also known as e-pals. This is the modern version of pen friendship developed by exchanging emails. What is the use of email pals? It used to share your culture, tradition, nature, habits, feelings, information to a unknown friend. You can find your friend as like you find your friends on the Facebook, on the Instagram, on the Twitter. You can collect email of your friend and write email to a unknown friend through the media email. Then comes to the next part, blogs. Blogs also known as weblog. Weblog is one of the website. Take an example, you always visited our college website www.vivekanand college Kolhapur. That time you have to visit blogs of particular department. Every department has their own blogs. Department of English, Department of Physics, Department of Chemistry, Department of Mathematics have their own blogs. In their own blog, they usually maintained by the individual or group of people. Every department has their group. Their teachers maintain their own blog. by the entering publishing various content like text, images, music, videos, description of event, all the departmental profile, all the syllabus, all the departmental activity, all the photos of department, all the online test, on the question paper sets are available on these blogs. So blog keeps records. So blog, the main advantage of blog is it keeps record. It maintains your online diary. So blog also known as an online diary. There are two types of blogs: personal blog and professional blog. Personal blog means it is used to express, share own feelings and emotion. It is online diary or commentary of individual. The language used in the personal blog is informal one. Subjects also informal, like my feeling about the birthday party, my feeling about the liberty, my feeling about the this pandemic situation COVID-19. And who writes the personal blogs? Most famous politicians, economists, celebrities writes their personal blog, and you follow them. The next type of blog is professional blog. A blog posted by company or employer of firm is known as professional blog. This professional blog is used to interact between bloggers and readers. Take the same example of departmental blog. If you visit blog of Department of English, there you find the syllabus of BSc 3rd compulsory English. This is the interaction between bloggers and you readers. It gives information to you. When I post a comment on the professional blog on the Department of English that we are going to start new course MA in English, so take your admission for the 2020-2001. This is the advertisement. When I publish my research paper in one of the journal and that research paper are recorded in the professional blog Department of English, this is a publication. When I invite opinions on my paper on the activities of organized by the Department of English, this is the opinions. And you can write reviews about the occasions arranged by the college or sanstha. These are the professional blogs created by the company or employer to create social relations. That social relation is not emotional one, it is professional one. So language used in the professional blog is very much formal. The format is followed in the professional blog writing. You have to give headline, means subject, then make a category. It is political, it is institutional, it is education, it is science, it is mathematics, it is chemistry. You have to make a category and then publish your blog on the website. So this is all about the e-communication. Thank you.